When you have an idiot coach on the other side, you make sure you embarrass him. You embarrass him to the point where he loses his job, and everybody on planet Earth during that game, even the announcers, saying, I don't think that this guy is going to survive, or he shouldn't survive. They should actually give him his walking papers at halftime. He knew he was going. Brandon Staley knew he was getting fired. He knew it. So, going into my spiel now, this is what I think Justin Herbert should be doing. Justin Herbert should put the Chargers organization on notice. He's the star quarterback. They just fired the GM. They just fired the head coach. The head coach, mind you, that's supposed to be a defensive-minded head coach. The reason why they fired Anthony Lynn was to tighten things up. Remember? People used to say, oh, how bad Anthony Lynn was. They can't close games. Look worse under Brandon Staley. And what's the difference? You want me to say it? Oh, the hue. The hue's different. It is. It's okay for Brandon Staley to fail upwards. They wanted to crucify Anthony Lynn. Same problems ended up happening, if not worse, under Brandon Staley. He's the defensive coordinator. They never finished over 20th in regards to total defense. They finished 20th yards per game. 5th worst in run per game. They were one of the worst defenses under Brandon Staley in football. You're the defensive guy. So, it goes back to that old saying that I always say. Defensive-minded coaches are not all of them, but most of them are not suited to be head coaches because they don't see the full gamut of the team. So, Justin Herbert needs to go to management and say, listen, the next coach that you give me, he needs to be an offensive-minded guy. Do not bring in any defensive-minded coaches. I need somebody to help me grow and be and continue to grow offensively as a quarterback and as a leader. I can't do that under guys like Sean McDermott. I can't do that under guys like Brandon Staley. I need an offensive mind. Also, you need to get Kellen Moore the fuck out of here too. Because under Kellen Moore, they haven't looked good. The offensive line, yes, is a little challenging. They've had some injuries. But the running game has taken a huge step backwards under a offensive coordinator that doesn't like to run the football. You have an elite running back that can be, you can use him in a myriad of ways. Joshua Kelly's not a bad running back either. But they're in these schemes that don't work. It's very bland schemes. You can be able to pretty much know exactly what's going to happen in that offense. So if I'm Justin Herbert, I go to management and say, you need to find guys that's going to help us get to the next level. Kellen Moore's not doing it. Guys like Brandon Staley are not getting it done. He has to put his foot down and say, if you don't get this done, I want out of here.
It's kind of a problem, though, because you know who's coming.
Who?
You know who's going. The Chargers. It's been rumored for about 6 months now.
Go ahead and say it.
Bill Belichick, baby.
That's not going to help them. That's not going to help them.
I don't know that happens either.
Yeah.
I don't know. Last night you saw, like, I have never seen a team quit that hard.
Yeah.
Like, that team full-blown quit on Brandon Staley yesterday. Yeah. Quit. Like, I've never seen anything like that. I really haven't. But I agree with you 100%. The league now is just moving towards offensive-minded coaches.
Yeah.
I forgot what I heard earlier today. I think 11 of the 14 teams that are currently in playoff position have offensive-minded head coaches. And I think 6 out of the 8 teams that are in last place in their division have defensive coaches.
Yep.
It's just the way the league's moving.
Listen, people have been dragging me through the coals about my Sean McDermott take. You don't know what you're talking about. Where are your sources? You have sources that he's going to get fired? Tea leaves are right there. Let them not make the playoffs, one. Or let them get out in the first round. Let them lose in the wild card round and see if Sean McDermott keeps his job. Especially after the whole 9/11 thing they did. We'll see what happens with that.
That was crazy.
Right? But that's where the league is going. If you have a great young quarterback that they have, you're wasting years. You're wasting years of control. At some point, he's going to cash in. And once he cashes in, things start to change. We all know when quarterbacks get paid, the team is not that great all around them anymore.
Yeah.
So now you're wasting on this idiot coach that has no idea what the hell he's doing. You got Kellen Moore in there. They better pray. Here's the thing. It's very telling that Kellen Moore is not the interim head coach.
No,
They
he's
go to
gone
somebody
too.
else.
He's gone too.
It's very telling.
Yeah.
Normally, if they bring in a guy that they like, it's going to be the interim coach. He's not even that. And we're seeing with the Dallas Cowboys that, man, Mike McCarthy was right. Let me get rid of this little idiot and start calling these plays again because he had our offense looking crazy. Very bland. So that's what needs to happen, man. Justin Herbert needs to put his foot down and say, if you guys don't hire the coach that I want, or that's going to be tailored for my skills, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. And if he says that, they'll fall in line.
Brandon Staley could have saved his job 2 or 3 weeks ago. All he had to do was hire the principal.
Exactly, but he stood on his square. I'm going to call the plays. I'm the defensive guy. I'm okay. Call it at home now. Go call it for your kids.
It is.
Call it for your kids.
It's amazing too how, like, if you look at that Chargers defense,
Yeah.
like they've got
They have talent.
dudes on that defense.
They got talent.
They really do. They've got crazy pass rushers.
Mhm.
Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa are both
Right.
insanely good. Derwin James, right? Like, they've got guys on that. There's no reason why their defense should
The
be
scheme
that
is
bad.
just bad.
It was horrible.
And when you when you have defensive guys that are struggling with a scheme that are that good, it's the scheme, not the players. You understand what I'm saying? You need to tailor your system to the players that you have. A lot of these coaches, they like to, well, this is the type of system that I run. You're gonna have to get tailor the offense and your defense around the players that you have. Because that way you're going to be effective. That's how it works.
Minded coaches, they don't want to take chances.
They're stubborn.
Give the offense to the OC and just let it go.
Yeah.
Let them call the play, let it go. But
Yeah.
they want to call offense like they're playing defense.
They
And
think
you can see it.
they think they can call the game when they're not. Like I said about Sean McDermott, I don't want to keep name dropping him, but sometimes your potential is what it is, right?
Yeah.
It's not your fault, right? It's just you're just capped. Guys like Brandon Staley, they're capped. They don't have much to give other than that side of the ball. You know what I'm saying? So when you put them in these situations, they're going to stumble. I can promise you this. I promise you this. And you can probably set a clock to it. He will get another head coaching job very soon. Doesn't matter how bad this was.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not
All
sure.
right.
I'm not sure he's a defensive coordinator next year.
We'll
I really
see.
Don't know that he is.
We'll see. We will see.
Yeah, I don't think he's coaching next year.
We will see.
I doubt it.
We're going to see if the hue,
I do think it's
the
funny.
hue
though.
matters.
I do think it's funny though.
Yes.
How Kellen Moore, like Jerry Jones,
Yeah.
wanted so badly for Kellen Moore to be like this offensive genius, right? I mean, I've said this for a few years. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
Where like he wanted Kellen Moore to be Sean McVay, he wanted him to be Kyle Shanahan, he wanted him to be whoever, and he's just not.
He's just a guy.
Not that guy.
He's
But
just a guy.
however, I do think it's also funny how when Jason Garrett got fired in Dallas, who was the guy that stuck around?
Kellen Moore.
Kellen Moore.
Yeah.
Brandon Staley just got fired. Coach, GM, both gone.
Kellen Moore.
Kellen Moore's still around.
Right.
This dude's made out of glue or something. It's
He's a survivor.
He really is. He's a roach.
He's an NFL survivor. That's what he
Got
is.
naked pictures of somebody.
Yeah. He knows where the bones are buried. I'm telling you.
But on both sides of the Chargers, there's too much defense for too much talent on
Yeah,
both sides of the ball. for what's
100%.
happening.
100%.
And like it was a disgusting. Like the Raiders scored 0 points the week before. They set a franchise record the week after.
Yeah.
And then what is it? Five fumbles, 3 recoveries. Like they dominated them on every single. You had what was the Jacoby Myers passing touchdowns
Right.
to Adams.
Oh, they was wilding.
Crazy.
They was wilding.
Like they were having fun out
They
there.
were trying everything out there.
Yeah.
everybody scored.
Yeah.
I'm talking about. I look through the on fantasy. I'm like, who the hell is that?
Right.
Didn't even
It's
matter.
a whole bunch of who? Who?
No Josh Jacobs either.
Right.
No Josh
No
Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs. And it'd be one thing too. And I'm not saying that giving up 63 points is giving up 63 points. But if they had given up 63 points to Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes or something like that, that's one thing. They gave it up to Aiden O'Connell.
Right.
Like what?
Wow.
Right.
What?
Let that shit fly.
Let it fly. He was out
letting
there.
it fly.
He was out there wilding.
Yo, all two running backs that played got a touchdown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every wide receiver, maybe outside of Hunter Renfro,
Right.
Poor guy.
right? Got a touchdown. Like
The defensive guys got nice touchdowns. That little
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was sweet. That's a
Yo.
that's a match.
Yeah,
shit
that-
was a disaster.
Yo,
man.
that game looked like you know, like when you talking to a girl, she got a son, and her son is playing Madden, and you say, "Here, let me play with you."
Oh, yeah.
You get disrespectful.
And bust his ass.
That's
yeah.
what it looked like.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what it looked like.
Yeah.
He plays on rookie too.
Facts.
Thrash.
Thrash his ass, boy. You know what I mean? Pause. But yeah, you know what I mean. But that's basically what it is. It's they need to, and this is a desirable job. That's the one thing, right?
Yeah.
This is not gonna be one of those jobs where people like, I'm not sure. They're gonna be jumping at this job because there's a lot there. So you just gotta find the right guy, man. And I hope that it's a super young quarterback, one of the best in the league, decent running game,
Big market.
talent on the defensive end, good bookend wide receivers. What do you need? What do you need?
I don't think you can hire though just like another coach.
No,
Like,
you need an exceptional guy.
No, you need to, but I don't mean like somebody who's never coached before.
Okay.
Like, I think you need to bring in a guy with built-in respect.
Okay.
Like after what just happened, right?
Right.
You think all those players in that locker room were just like, all right, let's bring in another newbie.
Right.
Like,
It's not.
They're not
doing that.
somebody with some cachet.
yeah,
mean,
they need like bro, if Jim Harbaugh leaves Michigan,
Man.
That's that.
if Jim Harbaugh leaves Michigan, I'm telling you right now.
That's dirty work. That's dirty work right there.
I'm telling
boy.
you right now.
Really,
Woo.
that's what it has to be.
Yeah.
Even like what's the name? Who's your man that went to the Broncos?
Oh, Sean Payton?
Like Sean Payton.
Yeah, you
He
need
would've
somebody
waited
like
a
that.
year, and he would have went there. Then boom, that's the
Right.
fit.
Right.
He can mold his team up.
Yeah.
Even though the Broncos are balling right now, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It's still like he's one of those type of fits that would.
You know who would do a good job with this team? You guys might not agree, but I think he would do very well, but he's one of those very bland coaches that nobody cares to talk about. Jim Caldwell. I think Jim Caldwell is a very underrated coach. He's a disciplinarian, and he's a guy that will get the job done because his schemes work with that talent. It does. But will he get a job? No, he won't. But
Yeah, he's like the Ron Washington of
yes,
the NFL.
he's the vanilla wafer of the NFL. People are just like, vanilla wafers are good, but we don't really want them.
Who's that Eagles coach who took over after Andy Reid?
Chip Kelly.
Not Chip. Oh, sorry, after Chip.
Oh, you talking about Peterson?
Yeah, Doug
Peterson is with the Jags. Yeah.
Right now.
That's why it's so good.
Yeah,
So,
I was about to say,
It's funny that you said that though, because like on my way over here, I was even thinking like would Chip Kelly be that bad of an opportunity? You really think so?
Yes.
Why?
Why
though?
He is a college coach through and through.
I don't disagree with that. But
His
what I'm saying
schemes,
is,
the way he thinks about the game is just not on a pro level.
You
It's
don't
just
think
not. No.
I don't know, man. His offense is so fast.
Yeah, his offense is potent. His scheme can work, but he can't work. That's the problem with Chip Kelly.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it
Scheme
works
works,
for a
not the guy.
particular type of style. Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Like if Chip Kelly was on a team like the Dolphins, yeah, it would work.
Hey,
You got
that's
speed
fair.
all over the field.
I'm just saying that because what does Chip Kelly do, right? And you know this as an Eagles guy, right? What did he do? He spread the
you
offense out
Right.
and just lets your athletes run.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, imagine what Justin Herbert with that arm can do with an offense that is spread from sideline to sideline.
You got
You know,
healthy
like-
Mike Williams out there.
I
That's
mean,
what I'm talking about, right?
That's-
Exactly.
That's the game changer though. The healthy Mike Williams, because Keenan Allen got everything this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's so
There's
good,
no
dude.
issue. You know what I'm saying? I think the kid Palmer, right? That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was out there. But when you can line up Eckler on the outside too and just be like, hey,
Right.
what you
Go
gonna
for it.
do?
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't.
I
stop
mean,
that.
well, I think Herbert just has to go to management and say, "Give me these guys and let's go." You
They'll
know what I mean?
listen. If he were to do that, they'd listen.
They would listen because he's the guy.